how to score more goals using skill moves in the box, how to beat defenders, all that good stuff. Sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. We're going to be going through specific skill moves and why I did them in the moment to create more goal scoring opportunities. So in this first clip, you see we have Messi here. We're going to go through. Now, the first thing I like to do is I like to use my skill moves to set up an attack, okay? So whether that's a pass, a shot, a dribble, depending on the scenario. So right now we're going to go through and I can see this defender is getting kind of close to me, okay? And the way it looks like they're not going to kind of jockey, they're actually committing upwards. So what I want to do now is I want to do a skill where I can essentially go back upon myself, okay? So I'm going upwards, I'm dribbling upwards. I want to use a skill to allow me to escape backwards, okay? The reason why I don't want to continue going upwards is because he's chasing me in that direction, and if I get too close, he's gonna tackle me. So in this situation, because he's not jockeying, I know if I use a skill move, I can go that way, then escape that way. I'll be able to get through, and then I can do what I want from that scenario, okay? So what we're gonna do now, I could use a cutback, but we're gonna use this other skill move. I don't know what it's called, but on the analog stick, all I do is I go up, and then I exit right or left. So look, we go up and right, and you can see he goes right past me, and we're now in a good spot, okay? The next thing I need to do now is decide how I want to shoot. With Lionel Messi, there's a few options, okay? The best option for me is the finesse. So I either take a touch left and go for the finesse, but because he's holding that defender, what I should probably do here is I should probably ball roll down, get past this defender, and then use my outside foot near post. That's probably what I should do, but let's see what I actually do because I don't remember. So you go through and you see we actually go upwards. He ends up, okay, so I messed that one up. So let's see what happens there. So I go through, this defender goes upwards. So what I should have done here is identify that and just go right, just a tad right, and then finesse it. It would have been a goal, but it looks like I messed up. You can see we keep going upwards and he ends up getting probably a good tackle there. So I messed up a little bit at the end there, but the dribble was still worth it. So we go through, we beat one, go up there. All I have to do now is a ball roll right or just dribble right, and it's an easy shot to the back of the net. So just make sure you don't, mess up like I did. That was a bit of a bad play there. We're going to go through Ronaldo. See, we go across. Right here, once again, we have a skill. We're just trying to use a skill to set up a shot. That wasn't the best one, so we'll move on. It was a goal, but in this situation, Bruno Fernandes, you see we go through, we use the roulette. As soon as, in this scenario, okay, this was actually a low division rival game, so it worked. I probably wouldn't do this now, but there's one thing I wanted to mention. One thing I like to do is I like to use a skill move just to get that speed boost. Right now, I don't think I can dribble past these opponents because the gap is so small. But if I use a skill move, okay, if I use a skill move here, like that, now, when I dribble, it's going to go through them. You see that big speed boost? That's something I like to do with skill moves. So I don't think that you're going to be able to replicate this in higher divisions, to be honest with you. I don't think this was the best play, but something I definitely want to speak about is that skill boost. So that, yeah, just that speed boost. So right now we go through the skill move. As you land now, you see right now, if I didn't use a skill, when I did a normal dribble, I probably wouldn't be able to sprint past like that. But because we did that skill move, we were able to run past. So sometimes you want to use a skill move just to get into that gap. I think it's very, very effective, and you're seeing it right here with Bruno. Nice little roulette. We go through into the gap, and then a nice shot into the left corner. So yeah, just great move there. Right now we're going across. Okay, one option here is to sweat it. Now, this is what I actually want to do. I don't want to sweat the ball forward. This is so important. What I don't want to do is I don't want to do a through ball here. If I do a through ball, it's going to go around there. There's a chance that this keeper comes out and catches or collects the ball before my runner gets in, okay? So what I'm trying to do now is I actually want to go inwards, just slightly inwards, and do a through ball just above me, so it gets right in front of my attacker. So what I don't want to do now is I don't want to do a through ball in the front. I want to actually go behind this defender. So we're going to stop for a second and look what we do. We do a ball roll left just to get out of the way, and then we go inwards. I realize, oh, my attacker's offside, but we're going to go in ourselves, and we're going to have a fantastic attempt there. Just a really poor shot. Great dribble, really poor shot there. We're going to go inwards here. Smith goes to the left-hand side. We're with the winger once again, now with the attacker, and that skill move there. Absolutely clinical work from Smith, who's by far my favorite player this year. Her and Son, unbelievable. But right now, let's see what we do here. We go through with Smith. As soon as we get the ball back, okay, I'm looking at this scenario and thinking, right, what are the options here? I could pass, but I can see if I can get past this one defender, we're good to go. So I do a ball roll inwards. As he commits now, I'm going to go past. We actually go through, and it's a fantastic skill move to get past. So sometimes just using your skill to beat the defender is exactly what you want to do. Right now, once again, we're going to go through that skill boost, something I mentioned earlier on, and how to apply it, okay? okay? So in this next tip, you're going to see with Musiala what we do here, right? In this situation, we're going to get away from goal. We're going to use a skill boost to get in between the defenders. You see, we go through, and now we're just, you know, plenty of space, a ball roll into space and get the shot off. So skill moves for me is just one of those where you want to try them, and you don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to do no 5-star skill moves, just simple skill moves to set yourself up for success. Same thing with Griezmann. You're seeing we're using the same skill move. Look at this. We go through. I'm like, let me go upwards here. Now, I know that this player doesn't know where I'm going. He doesn't know if I'm going to carry on dribbling this way or this way. But the way he's running inwards this way, it kind of makes me think he's going to commit there. So I'm going to take the gamble, do the spin roulette and go through into the gap there. So again, these are the decisions I'm making in game. I'm just thinking, right, where is he more than likely going to go? Look, he's going upwards. We absolutely fry him. We go past him. Then I cut inwards with Griezmann now. Outside foot, it should be a goal. But yeah, somehow he blocks it. Good AI block right there. But once again, we go through the skill move and look at that. Skill move into the space and it just sets us up nicely for the goal. Right there, you see we take our time. Fake shot. Fantastic play, and then we go through with Griezmann into the back of the net. He's not missing from there. Once again, look at this ball roll into space. Lovely skill there. That's a 5-star skill move there. So let's go through that and show you the advantage. So for me, the reason why that's such a good skill move is because it's so quick and you kind of just spin in a circle and it just confuses defenders. So right now, look what we do in this scenario. This is why sometimes 5-star skillers for me are just a bit more beneficial than 4-star, just because of how smooth and how quick their skill moves are. So right now we go through. It's not necessarily anything fancy, but it just makes it nice and simple to score. We go across and look at this ball roll. We ball roll inwards, okay? So now they don't really know what we're doing because we're a 5-star weak foot. So we're going to go forward. Now, right now, he's more than likely going to think that I'm going to finesse it, because most people in this scenario, they're going to open their body up and they're going to finesse it to the right corner. Now, I don't really like doing that unless it's someone like Son or Smith or someone I know I'm going to score with. I like to make sure my shot's a bit more, just a higher chance of scoring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to beat this defender and go to the left and then guarantee the goal. So we're going to go through as soon as I know he's committing. Remember, like I said, most people in this scenario are going to shoot, right? So I know what he's going to do. He's going to commit here. He thinks I'm going to shoot. So he's going to try to close that gap. So we're going to go upwards for a second. Then we're going to do the 5-star skill move and we're going to escape lower. So that skill move there, all I did was press up on my right stick and left, and that's it. That's all I did. Up and left, and look at that. We get past the defender. Now I can go through, and it's an easier shot to get on target. I do end up scoring that one. I probably could have scored with the finesse anyways, but it's just about having that option in the bank. For me personally, I like to guarantee the goal and take my chances that are a little bit more clear, higher scoring opportunities than, you know, those random finesses. But I still think the finesse there would have scored, probably was the better option. But that's how you can use skill moves in those scenarios. Let's keep going and see what happens there. So with Nunez, very simple skill move. The guy's got a 3-star skill move, and you can just see we do a nice little heel flick. It's in the back of the net. Di Natale, again, heel flick. Why? Because it slows down the opponent and it gives you a little speed boost. That's all I'm doing here, just creating that little speed boost. For me, the cutback is probably my favorite skill move just because it's so simple to use and there's so many options. But again, with Messi, look what we're doing. We're just using simple skill moves to create the opportunity. Look at that, Yamal, nice little ball roll, and we're good to go. Right there, look what we're doing. Every time we feel like there's no opportunity, I'm going to use a skill move just to get through the gap. That was just unbelievable skill from Ronaldo. But you can see, like, I'm not using any crazy 4-star or 5-star skill moves, just simple things there. Whenever I feel like my defender is slowing down and I want to speed them up, we're going to use a skill move. Right here, once again, look, we're taking our time. All we're doing is a little heel flick. That's it, just a little heel flick, and we're going through and we're able to score a goal. It really comes down to your goal, and my goal is to slow the defenders down. So right now, slow the defenders down, then do a a skill move to create the opportunity. Look what we do now. We go through. We're going to use a little skill move here. Why? To get in the gap. Get that speed boost. We're good to go. So let's just play them out, and if there's anything we need to break down, but I think the rest of it is honestly very similar. Just use skill moves to create the gap in the box. Now, if you guys want to know how to practice skill moves, I personally just play the game and practice them. But if you really want to sweat them out, like obviously I run a COD channel as well. If I was to teach mechanics in COD, I would say to go into a private game, right? That's the best way to learn it. So for FIFA, it's probably the same thing. When you guys go to the training area at the start of the game, you know, the training area, get a 5-star skiller and just practice your skill moves, and keep on learning them. The way I found them to be the most useful is to not just use them all the time and just try to abuse skills, just to put yourself in scenarios where the skill move will benefit you. And even if you mess them up, you will learn from it and say, right, why did I mess them up? Oh, okay, that probably wasn't the best skill move in that scenario. Or you might say, I didn't even need a skill move in that scenario. So the more you practice the skills, the more you'll be able to identify whether they're worth it or if they're not worth it and stuff like that. Let me go through this Mbappe one again, and I kind of break that down in detail because this is a perfect example. I didn't need to do skill tear, but for me, it just definitely adds more value in terms of creating those chances. So right now we're with Neymar, we get the ball into Mbappe, okay? So with Mbappe, I can easily just dribble past there. So we go through, you see we get right in, we dribble past, okay? Now right now, I'm by myself with Mbappe. I'm probably going to just shoot. There's no need for me to wait for a pass because I'm so much further ahead than my teammates, right? So right now we have to go in, and what I like to do with my skill move is I like to decide what shot am I trying to take, and then from that, I can decide what skill move to do to set myself up. So if I was to go forward right now and just shoot near post, for example, I would simply just keep running and smack it near post. But because I didn't want to do that, I wanted to go for I don't know why I didn't do it, to be honest. I could have just done that. But look what we do here. We actually know that the defender's overcommitting. So when you're in this scenario and you have the advantage you have is if I was to keep running and going for that shot, the defender's behind me, so he has to just chase me. He has to just keep chasing me left. So all he's going to do is keep going left and left and left, okay? So what I'm going to do is be a little bit patient, use his aggression, stop it, and go right. So you see how he's still running left there? Look at that. He's on the floor. He was running for that. Now we're through. So now I could go for the finesse, okay? Same situation now. The opponent is going to expect the finesse. So what's he going to do? He's going to go left to block the shot. So what do I want to do? I'm going to use a simple skill move to get past. And then once I'm here, I'm essentially guarantee the goal. So I don't know why I do this, to be honest. I don't know if I'm not confident in my shot or what it is, but I definitely should just take shots earlier. I think I'll score a lot more goals. But there's certain times where I want to guarantee the shot and the goal. And this is what I do. I use the skill moves to create those chances. So once again, I go through. I know that he's going to commit to me, so I go right. I know this player is also going to commit to the shot. So I do a nice little heel, whatever it's called. So we go forward. And now look, now I'm in the box. Even though he's closing the gap, I know from here, finesse should not miss. We go through, it's in the back of the net. So yes, I could have scored earlier. I don't think this is the best example to show you guys how to improve because I do think I should have taken my shot earlier. However, if you're in certain scenarios where you need to use skill moves, what I always say is use the defender's aggression. See where they're going. Based on their movement, use a skill move to go to the other side and break the defender's camera and go through. Hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like on the channel, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We upload daily on this channel starting from a few days ago. We're starting to really get back into the groove of things. Black Ops 6 just came out, so my COD channel was taking a bit of a priority, to be honest, but now we're back on the FIFA channel. We're also going to be uploading daily on our second FIFA channel, which is going to be player review. Super excited for that one. I've got a lot of player reviews to do. Just give my thoughts on players like Mbappe, Son, Sophia Smith, all these players, because you know you guys are all trying to build your dream team, and I know there's a lot of options out there, so we're trying to go through and see who we should pick. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.